What's going on, guys? I'm coming to you from my very humble Airbnb here in Manizales, Colombia. I wasn't planning on coming to this place before this weekend. I had no idea that this place even existed before last week, but I matched with a girl from Tinder who happened to live here, and she invited me to come and see the city. And while from an external perspective that might sound like a trap, it in fact wasn't. I was fortunate enough that I had a friend at my last hostel who also heard good things about this place. Granted, he had known about it while I didn't, but either way, we ventured out here and I've been getting to see this place. It's been awesome. But being out here, it's been interesting because this is a smaller town. It's a different vibe here than Medellin, but the sights are amazing. There's so much to see from that perspective, and there's a handful of tours that you can do, but unfortunately I don't think that I'm gonna have enough time to do those. The girl that I matched with on Tinder has done a phenomenal job of culturing me and bringing me around to different places and seeing trying different foods and stuff like that. It's been really cool, but I wanted to make this video to kind of I guess talk about my travels at this point. I don't know. I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to talk about before recording this, but I suppose I could talk about how coming to both Peru and Colombia kind of changed my perspective with dating, because the girls in both countries that I've been seeing have really treated me a lot better than girls that I've dated back in the US. It's a really different energy, and I don't know if I consider myself a passport bro at this point, but I will say that it's super refreshing and awesome to be validated like that, to be honest. It's been really eye-opening to just kind of see what's out there. That being said, it was also validation of work that I've done on myself over the years. And yeah, Colombia has so much to offer. It's crazy. The longer I'm here, the more I learn about different places to see. It's just I wish I had more time. I only have enough time to see the rest of Medellin, Cartagena, maybe Santa Marta, maybe Saleno, I forget the name off the top of my head, and then maybe the Choco. But I don't have that much more time. I will have to go home at some point just because, I am going home this weekend, but it's very briefly, and it's probably a bad decision in general, but it's to see Avenged Sevenfold. If you know, you know. They're one of the last bands left on my list from the emo years. They've literally never been on tour in my area in the decade or so that I have been or had to listen to them, so yeah. But that's why I'm going home. But regardless, I guess I can use this video to reflect a little bit. I would never have thought that I'd just be here in this moment. Between just my dating successes and just seeing so fucking much, it's just crazy. I've seen and lived so much in such a small amount of time, and it's so cliche to say that, when you travel you have all these self-reflections and self-epiphanies, but it's literally true. You learn what you are capable of, you learn what you like and what you don't like. That being said, I guess I am capable of longer term travel. I literally had the thought of myself in Thailand that after these 3 weeks I'm ready to go home. But here I literally haven't felt ready to go home. I could live here super longer term, and it's been awesome. I really just need to work on my Spanish and perfect it and become fluent. Other than that, I literally don't feel ready to go home. I want to get an apartment here and stuff, and it's really cool. Or at least keep traveling around South America. I also think it would be cool to actually have a girl come with me, even though it's been cool dating all these girls here, not just in Colombia, but just in general. It's been cool, but it would be better if I could actually get something longer term going for me at this point, because the older I get, the harder it is to kind of pair bond, I feel with someone, because the advantage to dating when you're younger is being able to grow with the person. And while you will grow with the person inevitably in the relationship, it's harder as you get older, for sure. But yeah, I guess those are a couple self-reflections, and I definitely know that I need to procure a remote job very soon. The next job that I get back in the States it's gonna be temporary for sure, because I don't want to be a freaking slave to some corporation any longer than I have to. I really want to just travel and see everything, because I feel so privileged to just be in this position to be able to do this. It's really crazy. I don't know how much more value, or if you really consider any of this value, because I'm just kind of spitballing at the camera right now. But I will say this, I manifested this moment moment without realizing it in the moment. And that's how manifestation works. And it's happened to me before, also under the context of dating a couple years ago. But this literally happened to me straight from my manifestation. It was in February, early February of last year. I was having like a bit of a lull period in work. There just wasn't much to do on that particular day, or I was waiting on something to get done, something like that, whatever. And I had a bunch of technical notes on my OneNote at work, and there had been periods where I'd kind of like get random inspiration and kind of like journal like a little bit, but I would never make it a habit because you're at fucking work and that's kind of like super, super personal. But regardless, in that moment, I forget what really like caused me to think along the lines of like traveling and stuff, but I basically said in that little entry that in 2024, I'm going to be in a position to quit my job and travel the world. And while I haven't quit my job officially, technically, I got laid off. However, I was still able to travel the world. I mean, I've only been to 2 countries, but I mean, I was able to like really travel those countries. And I mean, I'm still here in Colombia. I'm not done yet, but I've already seen Peru and like I fucking loved it. And I did so much. At this moment in time, like I have so much fucking content to post just related to that trip. And it's just it's crazy. Like I could honestly kind of see myself as a content, like I've already like journaled and like, oh, like I'm gonna become a content creator, blah blah blah. And like now that I'm like kind of on track to do that, like I can totally see it happening. Like I could see that as being like my work, and it's kind of a scary but cool potential reality. And I say potential reality because I still am conflicted with whether I should work an engineering job to bank up some more money or just go all in on it from now and just start like posting way more consistently. I was gonna try and do that with YouTube, but I've been kind of coping and I haven't really put enough intention into doing that. So I'm behind by months at this point. Like I have a lot of stuff to give you guys, at least at this moment in time. I don't even know when this is gonna fucking make it on my channel. So it's my Instagram that is way more like up to date with my travels, just because I'll do little like story dumps at the end of the day or the beginning of the next day or some shit like that. But even with that, I'm still behind with posting. So it's just like, I guess you gotta pick the problems that you wanna do. But I feel super conflicted because not only do I, you know, wanna get an engineering job for the money, but like I met this really awesome person. My friend who I alluded to earlier in the video is if he watches this, he's gonna know exactly who he is, but he's into machine learning. Like that's his niche in software engineering. And his advice is, do you really want to give up the fact that you're in the top 5 or 10% of earners in your respective country? And the classic advice that I fall back on in that situation is from Hamza / Alex Hormozy, who said, don't take advice from people you don't want to be like. That being said, I don't know if I'm smart enough to deal with machine learning. Like straight up, that's just not what I envision myself being able to do. However, if I were able to like learn that shit, which I mean, I guess I could learn it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I'd be able to be a better software engineer and probably beat the rush of AI crap. But on the other hand, I kind of want to just keep doing what I'm doing, which is just traveling the world and making money. Well, I'm not making money from it, but I want to make money from it. And I feel like I'm positioning myself to do that. It is kind of scary because I've been kind of balling a little bit too much while I've been out here. And yeah, I shouldn't be balling per se. When I'm not freaking making good money at this moment in time. If I could procure a software engineering job that was purely remote while based in the US, you bet I would be in freaking Latin America for a pretty long time. And I would be thrilled about that, to be honest. So yeah, it's all about building a life for yourself that you want. And it feels like I'm on the way to do that, but there's a lot of variables. I've been kind of coping and telling myself that I want to become debt-free before taking the plunge, like officially, but like at the same time it still kind of feels like I've taken the plunge just because like I'm here. I've been posting on Instagram, at least the stories, not like the actual post, but I've been posting on Instagram like a lot, even though I'm not like on a set schedule. But yeah, so yeah, manifesting is kind of low-key real, and it kind of hits you when you least expect it. I guess that's the end for this video. I'm not sure if it'll go up, but I feel like I've also said that about a lot of other videos, so who knows. If you made it this far, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.